This is Inspiro YT, where we speak to the warriors, the dreamers, and the relentless. Today, we uncover a truth that few dare to admit. When you decide to chase greatness, the world doesn't throw you a parade. It doesn't roll out a red carpet. It stares at you, confused, doubtful, even mocking. Because ambition, real ambition, is dangerous to the comfort of others. It forces people to reflect on their own choices, their own mediocrity, and most of them don't like what they see. At first, they'll clap for you. They'll say, "Go for it, chase your dreams." But the moment your actions start making them uncomfortable, the moment your discipline exposes their laziness, the applause fades, and you begin to notice something. Your circle gets smaller. You see, ambition has a price, and that price is paid in relationships, time, and comfort. Everyone talks about success. Everyone talks about dreams. But what they don't talk about is the blood you have to spill to get there. Not the kind that stains your skin, but the kind that bleeds from your time, your relationships, your peace of mind. They don't tell you that the journey will demand more from you than you ever thought you could give. They don't tell you that while the world sleeps, you'll be awake. While the world celebrates, you'll be working. While the world takes it easy, you'll be pushing yourself to the breaking point, and sometimes beyond. You will miss birthdays. You will miss holidays. You will miss countless moments that most people consider the highlight of their lives. Not because you don't care, but because you've chosen to care about something bigger. You've chosen to chase the life you've imagined, rather than settle for the life you were handed. And in doing so, you'll watch as the gap between you and the people you love slowly widens. You'll want to bridge it, but ambition doesn't pause for anyone. The opportunities you chase have no rewind button. There's also the sacrifice of comfort, the simple luxury of not having to fight every single day. Most people don't realize that once you commit to your dream, you commit to discomfort. Your bed stops feeling as soft because you train yourself to rise before the sun. Your meals become fuel, not indulgence, because you don't have the luxury of being sluggish. Even your downtime feels different because your mind is always building, planning, creating. Then comes the sacrifice of mental peace. Success is not a straight road, it's a storm. There will be nights when anxiety keeps you awake, when doubt whispers in your ear that you're wasting your life. There will be mornings when you wake up questioning if all of this is worth it. You'll have to battle your own mind more than you battle the outside world. And that's the part no one prepares you for, the war inside. And yet, perhaps the most painful sacrifice is the one no one warns you about: losing people who matter. You'll find that some of your closest relationships start to fade. Friends who once laughed with you now seem distant. Family members who once believed in you start telling you to be realistic. And sometimes, they're not wrong from their perspective. They just don't understand yours. They don't feel the fire in your chest that keeps you moving forward no matter the cost. These sacrifices are heavy. They will bend you, they will break you, and they will make you question why you even started. But here's the truth. Every one of them is an investment. The late nights, the missed celebrations, the constant discomfort, they're not losses, they're deposits into your future. And one day, when the dream becomes reality, when the sacrifices pay off, you'll understand that nothing you gave up was ever truly lost. It was traded for a life worth living. Because the world will only remember the victory. They won't see the quiet suffering, the hidden struggles, the invisible battles you fought when no one was watching. But you will. And that's the real reward. Knowing that you paid the price, that you walked through the fire, and that you came out the other side unshaken. That's the sacrifice no one talks about. And that's why winners are always alone. There's a difference between being lonely and being alone. Loneliness is a wound. Solitude is a weapon. Most people run from it, terrified of the silence, desperate to drown it out with noise, distraction, and company. But winners know that silence is where the real work happens. It's in solitude that ideas take shape, that strategies form, that visions become reality. When you strip away the chatter of the world, when you remove the opinions, the gossip, and the endless noise, something incredible happens. You start to hear yourself. You start to understand what you truly want, without the influence of others pulling you in different directions. You realize that the goals you're chasing aren't just trends or expectations. They're yours. The truth is, solitude sharpens you. It forces you to sit with your own thoughts, your own fears, and your own flaws. And while that's uncomfortable at first, it's also transformative. You learn how to self-correct. You learn how to push yourself without needing someone else to cheer you on. You become accountable to the only person who truly matters in your journey: yourself. Some of the greatest minds in history were people who embraced solitude. Leaders, inventors, writers, warriors. They all understood that the world's loudest victories are born in the world's quietest moments. Think of it like a blacksmith forging a sword. The steel doesn't become sharp and strong in a crowd. It's shaped in the heat of the fire and the isolation of the forge. You are that steel. Your solitude is your forge. But solitude isn't just about working. It's about clarity. When you're alone, you see things as they are. You can step back from the chaos and see patterns, opportunities, and threats that others are too distracted to notice. This clarity gives you an edge. It makes your moves precise, calculated, and powerful. Most people avoid solitude because they confuse it with weakness. They think, if I'm alone, something must be wrong. But in reality, solitude is strength disguised. It's a test of whether you can survive without constant validation, without the comfort of a crowd. And when you can, you become unstoppable. So if you find yourself walking alone right now, don't panic. Don't rush to fill the silence. Let it work on you. Let it refine you. Because one day, when you stand at the top of your mountain, you'll realize that every quiet night, every isolated morning, every moment you thought was empty, was actually building you into the person strong enough to get there. At some point, you stop fighting the solitude, and you start owning it. You realize that being a lone wolf isn't about being bitter, cold, or cut off from the world. It's about moving with purpose, about protecting your vision, about refusing to dilute your focus for the sake of fitting in. You understand that the path you've chosen is narrow, and that not everyone is meant to walk it with you. The lone wolf doesn't wander because it's lost. It walks alone because it knows exactly where it's going. That's the difference. While the pack moves together for safety, the lone wolf moves alone for mastery. It's not afraid to take risks others avoid. It's not afraid to face the wilderness, the uncertainty, the cold, because it knows what it's hunting. When you embrace this mentality, you stop seeking constant approval. You stop trying to explain yourself to people who will never understand your hunger. You protect your energy like it's gold, because you know it is. You choose your battles, you choose your company, and more often than not, you choose the silence, because you know that's where you grow strongest. And here's the truth. Walking alone doesn't mean you'll be alone forever. It means you're building yourself into someone worth walking beside. When you finally meet the few who share your vision, who understand your grind, they won't slow you down. They'll push you further. Until then, you keep moving. You keep building. You keep hunting. Because the lone wolf may be alone, but it's never weak.